الساعة تجي ونحس البيت منظر قالوا حبيبك راح له سفبه
So, I took acid earlier. The moment is overwhelming. So, to avoid being overwhelmed, we talk, we think. Like these people behind me. So much going on to keep them to stop them from being overwhelmed by the moment. Me too. But if you could get past the overwhelmingness, there's a stillness where there's no time and it's all just happening. I took acid earlier and I'm just now coming down. To even try to put in words seems so silly. So silly. Nothing in a million years could ever explain, no amount of language. Even if I learned every language, I couldn't express to you what the fuck happened today. And the beauty and the awe. There was a point after I left Petra, when I walked back to my car, I was like, I can't drive. So I went off into the desert and sort of just sat there and I meditated in this rock. And my hands started doing all this weird geometric stuff and it just felt right. Like I didn't really feel in control of it. And it was super psychedelic, you know, like I was in an alien spaceship inside of my head, you know, I was having this vision and this sort of stuff like geometry, and I'm still tripping right now, but I was able to manifest things through the manipulation of my hands in certain geometric ways. And it was like, I can't even explain. It seemed very like Mayan almost in a way. There was this reoccurring thing that keeps popping up, is this skull sun thing. Skull sun. Like a skull looking sun. And I've been seeing it all day since I took this acid. It just keeps popping up, but here it was very intense. It was like I was sitting in between this huge geometric sort of Mayan looking, I don't know, you know that like Mayan carving of like the guy, and some people say it's like it looks like a spaceship or something like that, but that's like I was inside of that. Like if you could uncarve that and it be expressed in a psychedelic sort of weird dimension, that's where I was, and I was able to physically feel energy through moving my hands. And walking around Petra was like, no time even existed. Like I can hardly even like recall being there. Some guy invited me to his cave and said I could stay there with him, and I totally would have done it if I wasn't tripping balls. I could hardly even speak. I can still hardly speak. I can hardly articulate. I don't even know what there is to articulate. One of the realizations I had when I was walking into the desert, just looking at the sky, I was like, we're always just like looking. We're always looking for something. Like, what is there to look for? What is there to look for? There's nothing to look for. It's just... But we're always in this habit. There was